What's going on, everybody? It's the Background Noise Gang. We're back for another episode. Thank you for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? 4th of July just ended. How was y'all's weekend? Or holiday?
Yeah.
It was cool. It was cool. I enjoyed it. Had some good fireworks, decent food. It was pretty good.
You did fireworks at your house or you went somewhere?
My uncle, he be doing fireworks every year. I think he believes he's that guy that does fireworks. He's pretty good at it actually. Last
Pretty good
year
to
he
hear.
did pretty good. This year he topped himself, so it was pretty good. He did a pretty good job.
For sure. I did the same thing. I was just at my aunt's house. We ate, watched a movie, and then I went to the mall, posted up, and the lot was full. Like everybody was outside. Fireworks everywhere. It was fun.
Mm,
It was
is it
fun.
Arbor Place?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Damn, nigga, you can't be dropping my location for the
Oh,
world.
my fault. My fault. I forgot. I forgot.
That's what's up, man. Me and my girl
Mhm.
just cooked, and her folks came through, and we like play spades and stuff. I didn't even see any
Nice.
fireworks. The spades game went for too long.
Mm. Was it
I
intense?
mean, you know what they look like.
Yeah, for sure. It was really her and her dad were going at it. They was talking a lot of trash, and then I actually me and her were winning the whole game, and then I made one mistake and
Mhm.
we lost. But things that have happened since our last episode, the presidential debate happened, Trump versus Biden. Did you guys get to watch it?
A little
Yeah,
bit.
it's good.
Tay, what'd you think?
I think that Biden is a smart guy. I think that he's just old and he has a lot of like things that are just not working out speech wise or health wise. But I think he has like good intentions. He's just old. That's really my concern. Like for real, for real. But Trump, like, he's such a manipulator, like, just the way it was crazy. It was an interesting debate, but I just don't want things to turn into like a dictatorship type of vibe. And that's what I'm getting from this whole thing. But yeah, that's what I thought.
Definitely. What about you, Chris?
Yeah, I don't disagree. That jump was just very crazy to watch. Like the subject matter was crazy. Trump was lying a lot, and they were just letting this nigga lie. Biden couldn't, like they say, he couldn't be. This is the first time I found out Biden had a speech impediment. I thought he was just a terrible orator. He has a speech impediment. So it was crazy.
I
Like my
feel
parents
like
was
they're
laughing at
they're
the time.
using that as an excuse. I don't believe he has a speech impediment. I
He
feel like we would
probably
have known
does.
I feel like we would have known that a long time ago.
I know. I mean, you could look at him. I mean, you listen to him talk, and it was like, well, this makes a
But
lot of
but
sense.
it's like, why wasn't this speech impediment brought to light in the first debate that they had in 2020
I
or
don't
at
know. I mean, he's
all
much
on
older
his
now.
first
That
campaign
was
Right,
tour?
4 years
yeah, it's
ago.
probably more noticeable now that he's
Yeah.
old.
I'll say I don't even know how old that nigga is for real.
He's like 84 or
Oh
something.
my gosh, man.
No, yeah, I thought
Yeah.
it was definitely very entertaining. I wish Biden would have like did some of the things Trump was doing. I felt like Biden was like following the rules of the debate, and Trump was
Yeah,
like
bro.
just every time a question came up that Trump didn't want to answer, he would just like real quick, I'm gonna go back, and then they would let him, and then he would just
Yeah.
shit on Joe
Yeah.
Biden for like 2 minutes, and then they would move on to the next
Yeah.
question,
It's
and it
just
was
the
like,
old guy. He don't got that spunk.
yeah. And as I especially noticed it when they asked him what he was going to do for black voters, and then he was like, "Well, Biden didn't do anything for black voters," and then he went on a rant about that, and then didn't say anything about what he would do for black voters. And I was like, "Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we're fucked."
Yeah, it's
It was
looking rough.
so true is that realizing that Biden, I think he was elected like 2021, and Trump was like, yeah, like hundreds of people died under your administration. Like, bro, that wasn't his fault. You should have put a travel ban. You know, you shouldn't have allowed COVID to get here in the first place.
Crazy.
And then your term is up, and Biden has to deal with all this bullshit. Like, he started with
Crazy.
COVID.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
Like, so don't fucking say that. But
It's
he's
crazy.
a funny guy. He's a funny guy.
yeah, it was
Absolutely.
definitely entertaining. Um,
Mhm.
moving on from that, Project 2025. I've been seeing that a lot on Twitter. Basically, the
Twitter is crazy.
very short sum up is basically the idea is the plan has already been set in place, right? So in Trump's first term, he put I don't know how he did it. He finagled his way into getting the Supreme Court uneven, right? So it's mostly conservative judges, and that's a lifetime appointment. So they're not leaving unless they die. And so after that, those same judges granted him immunity for his crimes, right? And then so now presidents have immunity. They can basically do whatever, and under that office, they're gonna get away with it. So if Trump gets back in, he'll have immunity to do whatever he wants. And the Project 2025 is essentially like very, very Christian nationalist based. So they're gonna like take a lot of things out of the education system, and they're gonna, like and I think in Mississippi, like they already mandated like the Ten Commandments has to be in every school, and so the church and state will no longer be separated. And so yeah, that's pretty much sounds like the kickoff of the entire.
Wrap things up, baby. We finna get up out of here. We finna go home.
Like the
man.
match.
About that time.
The fuse right there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. First of all, do y'all think Trump wins?
Yeah, probably.
Do I think he'll win?
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people are kind of scared. So I wouldn't even speak that into the atmosphere because I hope he doesn't. But yeah, that's my answer.
I feel like my timeline and my feed, of course, is tailored to me. So I'm not seeing as much like pro-Trump stuff as I was when I like in 2016 when he won. But I feel like I'm wondering. I think he'll lose. I feel like I think the Project 2025 thing may be too much even for like regular conservatives. Not like, of course, not there's a lot of Christian nationals, but I feel like in terms of like regular conservatives, even that is a bit much for them. So I think it'll be close, but I think he'll lose narrowly. But
yeah,
I feel like that Project 2025 thing I feel like it's gonna happen regardless.
Oh,
that's just I feel like it could happen by 2025 regardless. Like, I don't think they're gonna move the timetable on that.
I think it happens in 2025 if he gets elected. I think if he doesn't get elected, it still happens, but they lose 4 years because of Biden. And
100%.
The next guy gets in or whatever.
Yeah.
But Trump's gonna run until he gets his second term. So we'll just have 4 more years, and hopefully the next Democratic guy or gal is good enough because Trump is running every year until he gets his second term for sure.
Man, that's crazy.
Unless he gets arrested.
Unless he gets
arrested.
Oh, arrested. Man, no.
Okay, check this out. Brandon, this just came to my head, right? Let's say Trump gets elected, right? And you get approached by like, I don't know, this secret society, and they're like, look, we need you to kill Donald Trump, right? They lay out the plan. You're guaranteed to get it. We're gonna get like the FBI is gonna get sent to our front door. Look, they're like, look, Tay, Christian, we need y'all to kill Donald Trump. Y'all are the most inconspicuous people in America. Follow this plan to the T, A to Z, and America's good. And I don't know, let's say we'll give you $500,000.
That's it?
Yes. Now, in this scenario, your morals aren't in the picture. This is simply do it for the money. No. You don't consider your morals in this hypothetical.
Hold on. $500,000.
Yeah, I would need a lot more money than that.
It's got to be in the millions, especially with this economy. Absolutely not.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. $500,000 is a lot of money.
No, but for the president of the United States, they wouldn't.
That's true. Okay. What's your price? To whack the president?
It would be at least like $5 million.
At least $5 million. Yeah. LeBron making more than that shooting a daggone basketball. I'm shooting the president.
Nah, but the hits be like, okay, go kill somebody, $2 million or something like that, like a world leader or whatever. Because I have to assemble a team, I have to pay all of them.
That's true.
But yeah, I mean, I would try my best.
You would do it. You would accept the challenge.
I'd probably do it for the pot. Yeah. I mean, murder, like I could pin him, like get him arrested, like I don't know, like
Mm,
falsify something, or I don't know,
okay.
hypothetically. But if they wanted me to kill him, like I would really have to do my thing because they kill you, they find you and kill you.
Yeah,
they
that's true.
take
That's different.
I would be a terrorist.
Yeah, that's true. You would
Literally.
definitely die if you got caught. Yeah.
And you're black, so they're
Let me
definitely
ask you this. Let me ask you this.
killing you.
All right. I guess does terrorist constitute like because he's not the president right now. I said it if he gets elected though. So okay. How about this? I'm changing the hypothetical.
Okay.
Right before the election. He's not an elected official. He's not the president. So I don't know if you could be considered a terrorist in that case, but he is a politician technically. So I
He was
That's
our
guess
still
former
terrorism.
president, though.
that's
He
true.
was our former
Definitely
president.
still terrorism.
That's true. So you guys' price is 5 million. Obviously, I'm a much cheaper hire.
That's kind of crazy. $500 is crazy, dude.
But
Yeah, like
500,000 cash?
I honestly might need more than that because I'm gonna have to flee the country.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Like you're asking like some big shit.
That's facts. Where are you going, Tay? When you got to flee?
I can't tell you. You
Come
never
on,
know.
bro. This is never gonna happen.
You never know.
Where would I go? Low key, I might try and do like an Edward Snowden and then go live in like in Russia or China or something.
Ugh. The word Russia just yuck.
I don't know. Like,
Russia's
I feel like living in China be fire though.
No, China's cool.
Yeah.
I was thinking that or like Tokyo, Japan type situation.
See, I heard they're probably all mad racist, but I heard Japan is like they segregate for real. Like there are places that Americans can't enter, not even black people.
Ooh,
like Americans.
damn, I didn't know that. I was going there for like a car culture type situation, but I wouldn't even think about
But
that.
it's a lot of black people that visit and or go to and enjoy themselves.
I'm thinking the UK, Amsterdam is also a good spot I'd like to be in.
But I feel like they're all allied with the U.S., so they would just help them.
That's what I'm saying. Like you guys have clearly
That's a
not
good
thought
point.
about it. Like, bro, I'm going to whatever third world country where there's limited like cameras and technology, like limited. I would really have to lay low. We are killing the former president of the United States.
You
Like,
gotta go somewhere definitely.
No digital footprints, like no bank accounts, no none of that. I might join a tribe.
Hey,
like,
Derek.
bro.
Yeah. So it sounds like we're gonna have to. How you feel about St. Helena? We're gonna have to do a St. Helena.
We could look. We could get away with it and say, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. They wouldn't look. Listen, here's what we have to do. Here's what I have to do, right? We would have to buy the tickets like a year in advance, right? And here's the thing, though. The thing about St. Helena is the flights only come in once a week. So we have to time it impeccably, right? So it's like, okay, if we do it, we're gonna have to do it right before the flight to St. Helena. So basically, you have to take a connecting flight from Atlanta to Joburg, South Africa, and then from Joburg you fly to St. Helena.
Bro, we gotta first and foremost, we can't be present while the president is dying. You know what I'm saying? This has to be a situation where we set a trap for that nigga.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So this is what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? We get a ragtag group. I actually think homeless people.
Okay.
Get some intelligent homeless people. You know what I'm saying? That are
like those people that choose to be homeless.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Cat Williams type niggas. We can find them. You know what I'm saying? And get them to just maybe, I don't know, if it's set a bomb underneath this car, and anything, poisoning this food. You know what I'm saying? As long as we're not there, we pay them, and we're already living in St. Helena by the time we get the news.
Okay, so we will be subcontractors then. So we get hired by whoever to kill them. Then we subcontract intelligent homeless people, and they do it, and then we escape St. Helena.
And guess what? This makes us now.
What is that?
This makes us now some type of assassination rink. Because now we have connections in the slums of the streets of the United States. If anybody needs any type of killing, we're all the way in St. Helena taking care of business.
For sure. And they just got high speed internet in St. Helena, so we could really
And guess
communicate.
what? The only people we kill, we're killing people who are killing, you know what I'm saying, the love in the world. We're the anti-Illuminati, basically.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
And
okay.
we kill people.
Vigilantes.
You said what?
Like vigilantes.
Exactly. Except we're not
Vigilante
doing any killing. We're just, well,
contract.
we technically are. It's extremely indirect. It's
We're,
extremely
we're
indirect.
middlemaning the killing. We're
We're
middlemaning.
doing the Lord's work for sure.
Here's the thing,
Not
though. I'm pretty. St. Helena may have extradition because it's a British Commonwealth. You see what I'm
Oh,
saying?
well, I'm
So we
sorry.
got to go somewhere where there's no extradition.
Yeah, we can't do that.
But here's the thing: it's high risk, high reward. Because if we get caught, we're screwed. But no one goes to St. Helena. Most people don't know about St. Helena.
Mm. Honestly, I might also go to a Hispanic speaking country.
Low key,
No
I'll
offense. No offense to any of
listen
them.
for sure.
Hold on. Time out. I ain't gonna lie, bro. No. On behalf of the Spanish speaking community, I won't allow for it. Last episode, Tay was not with the Spanish speakers in the country. Now she want to go there for refuge. I don't know how to feel about this.
Well, she
I
didn't
don't
say
know how to
Spanish
feel
people
about
specifically. She just said
What?
if you made an assumption about who she was talking about. So who's the bigot, sir?
No, but honestly, or wherever the loyalty is the best. So I feel like, ironically enough, I feel like that would be one of those countries where people are speaking that language. I feel like the loyalty is pretty strong.
I feel like I would just blend in. I just learn Spanish.
Oh, well, that's for sure, Derek.
You know what I'm
That's for
saying?
certain.
Change my name.
That's for certain.
Yeah.
For the FBI and CIA watching through my laptop camera, this is all jokes.
Derek came up with the idea. You can tell by the looks of him. This was all his idea.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? This is all for content. We're not serious at all.
Yeah. I would
You
never.
remember? I forgot. We knew somebody. I can't remember who it was, but someone at Oakwood made like a killing Donald Trump joke, and the federales pulled up to their front door. I don't remember who it was.
Nah, she said they pulled up to their school.
Oh, wow.
She said she got called to the principal's office.
Yeah, they be listening, man.
They don't play. They don't play. Okay, so last topic. LeBron James Jr. just got drafted in the NBA. And at first I was like, hating. It's just because his daddy's not that good. But then he got drafted, and I was like, wow, like people were saying the same thing in the comments, but then I was like, and this is not like a unique talking point, but I came to this realization. Like, we got to see a black man have privilege. We maybe for the first time in America, we witnessed a black man have privilege, exercise that privilege to help his son get one of the most coveted jobs in sports. Not only play in the NBA, but to play for the Los Angeles Lakers, the biggest basketball franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think?
Absolutely. I love when black people do that. Like Blue Ivy, she's a millionaire already. She's a music producer. She's a movie producer, director. She owns art. I mean, it's pretty great.
Yeah, man.
I think it's great. I don't hate on it, you know what I'm saying? And I think that would be fun to do, you know?
Heck yeah.
But I also don't know about like those parents. I don't know if he was forced to like love basketball, but I mean, he seems to like it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't force my kid or kind of brainwash them to like what I like.
Yeah.
Oh, so you feel like he got brainwashed?
Well, I mean, he probably played ball with him when he was growing up and he was a basketball player. I don't know if he was like, "Oh, Dad, I want to be like you and play ball," or he was genuinely interested, but he could have been doing something else or just a regular kid. But I mean, he actually went for it. I'm sure a part of him wants to do it, but I want to let my kid choose if I do have a kid. But yeah.
That's respect. What about you, Chris? How you feel about it?
It's cool. I like it. I don't know. I'm more so interested to see what the locker room is going to be like. I'm interested. I'm interested to see what is going to come about. Is this man going to win the championship with his son? Like, it's a little corny, but like, I'm not. It's definitely not no hate. Like, it's whatever. Because I think if I had the opportunity, I'd do the same thing. But I'm definitely interested to see what's going to happen. Like, is this going to cause any tension in the league, in the locker room? I'm sure there are niggas who are better than Bronny James who should have made this to the league. So it's like I just wonder how that's gonna be too. So I'm cool with it because, like you said, it's black privilege and it's very cool because if there's anything we should have privilege in, it's basketball. You know what I'm saying, or any sport. You know what I'm saying. But I am interested to see what's gonna happen. And also, you know what I realized? I don't know who I was talking to about it, but like I noticed LeBron is. It seems like exercising a lot of privilege these days because it's like Sam Cassell was the assistant head coach of the Lakers, yet they picked up JJ Redick for the head coach position, and it's like,
It was Sam
dang,
Cassell. I didn't know he was. I thought it was Philly. He was playing. He was coaching in Philly.
oh, either way, it's like you wouldn't take a random.
Yeah.
JJ Redick's IQ is out of this world, so you know what I'm saying. I think
he'll be good.
Yeah, but usually niggas will look in the assistant coach position more than anything. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's what I would do. And I feel like Sam Cassell's capable. So, I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't be. I'm sure he has good IQ as well. But I just feel like that was another LeBron move.
Definitely, I agree.
But it's cool. I mean, like I said, that's spot stuff. That's spot
I
stuff.
agree, man. That's dope, man. And I'm definitely excited for the memes. Like after Bronny's first bad game.
Oh my goodness,
LeBron James,
they're already ruthless with it.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
They're already ruthless with it. But yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, guys, we have 4 unlicensed therapy questions. They came in like 3 days ago. I don't know how.
Really?
I don't know who's actually.
We don't check our Instagram like that. Background Noise podcast. So we need to do better, but it's like
but we got 4 of them, so we're thankful. So, question number 1: how can SDA parents become more accepting of queer kids? Christian, what doctrine might help my parents hate me less for being gay? I'm a preacher's kid and I don't want to lose our relationship, but I'm fearful for the future. I ain't gonna lie, I did not read this before I opened it. Sorry to just throw that on you like that, but my brother, let us know.
Oh, this is geared towards me specifically.
No, yeah, they said Christian. Like they asked you. They spelled your name wrong.
Okay.
Go with the K, guys, but they asked you specifically.
I don't think there is no doctrine that will help your parents love you more as a queer kid. Like there's no doctrine. Like there is no. That's why as Christians or SDA, you can't depend on the doctrine to do any type of action for you. And that's all a spiritual thing. You know what I'm saying? You can quote scripture to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure the same way they try to quote scripture to you, and it won't work if you don't have the spirit living in them. So I think the situation with that is, man, you have to, of course, and I'm sure you know this, I'm sure you're, doing this prayerfully. You have to have your own relationship with God and just pray for your parents. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just, it's a hard truth to come to, but unfortunately, like we can't depend on our doctrines and the knowledge of the truth that we know to actually change our hearts. That's what Christ is for. That's what the Holy Spirit is for. So it's like, if I was you, I wouldn't expect that to be the cause. You literally just have to literally pray for them because that's the only way. That's the only way. I think, she asked the first question. What was the very first question that she asked before it?
How can SDA parents become more accepting of their queer kids?
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do that. I honestly don't know. And that's because I'm not a parent and I don't know how, because I don't even know what I do in that situation. Obviously, I know I love my kid, but it's like, I know, especially if, you have these type of hopes and dreams for your kid, or they may be thinking about, how their kid is going to be saved, all that good stuff. Even that's all in God's hands. God knows what he's going to do. You know what God's going to do because you have your own personal relationship with Christ. It's just like, I don't know how parents are going to get over that. And it's becoming more normal. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way of the world. So it's like, I don't know how. It's literally something that they're just going to have to be so close with Christ that it doesn't phase them, because our 28 fundamental beliefs is not going to be what helps us love our queer kids. Like that's not what's going to help. You know what I'm saying? It's only their relationship with Christ and how close they are with Christ. That's what's going to determine it. And being accepting of it, I don't know, because I don't even know if they know what it looks like to accept it. I feel like for a lot of SDAs, they feel like if they accept it, then they're allowing it. When we're only human beings, you know what I'm saying? We can't really, it's not like we can judge whether or not it can happen or not. We're not capable of that. Thank God. So I don't think there's no doctrine that's going to help them accept it. There's no doctrine that's going to help them love you more. That's just if they can get as close to Christ as possible, you're going to really have to just pray for them and continue to be loving to them. That's it. That's really it right there. It's an unfortunate thing, but that is a thing. And I'm really sorry that you're experiencing that because I'm
No,
sure that's tough.
definitely. I was gonna
Yeah,
say, yeah,
sure.
like love and support and prayers go out to you for sure. Because that I couldn't,
Yeah, for real.
I
I'll
couldn't
definitely
imagine
be praying
what
for
that's
you
like.
on that situation because that's definitely tough.
Before I go, do you want to chime in, Taylor?
Mm.
Okay. Um, I would just say, I guess I'm just gonna reiterate what Christian said, but definitely find yourself in God. Like find your own relationship. Like not that I can identify at all. At all. I don't want to even make it seem like I have a comparable experience to yours. But I've been learning to have my own relationship and understand that I may very well, as an adult, come to conclusions that differ from the ones I was raised with.
Mm-hmm.
And if I truly and firmly believe that, that's okay. You know, the Bible is meant to be interpreted, and each person, because of the way we're raised and our circumstances, we're gonna interpret it differently. And yeah, definitely seek refuge in God and in your relationship with God.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I like I said, I can't say enough how my thoughts and prayers go out to you because
No, for real.
that's tough.
But just please don't ever let it, because what will happen is we'll like, and this happens on a spectrum of way. Like I think you're at an extreme spectrum in your case, but even something as small as like, kids having tattoos and stuff like that, their parents will treat them differently, and they won't want to be close with God anymore. That's the last thing you want to do. Don't let the way that anybody treats you deter you from your own personal walk with God, because that's when stuff really gets like really messed up for real. I think as long as you have your personal walk with God, that's the most important thing. Because God's going to accept you for who you are, no matter what. He died for you, knowing He died for all of us, knowing all of our things. You know what I'm saying? So He's going to accept you no matter what, queer or not, or whatever. So it's like, that's the main thing.
Bro, what's so unfortunate, I've been feeling this way for a while, but one thing that pisses me off about the church and like our parents when they do things like that is one, your parents are a reflection of God. You see God how you see your parents 9 times out of 10. They're very similar. Like your parents kind of shape your view of God.
Yeah.
And it really bothers me
Mm,
that I feel like parents don't realize that.
nah.
Because it's like, and especially in the Adventist community, like when it comes to things like that, or maybe more so back in the day than now, like maybe having kids out of wedlock or like the tattoo, it's like people think that doing that is somehow a disregarding or a disavowing of your belief in God, or I don't care about God and let me prove it
Right.
with my tattoos or my gayness
Right.
or whatever.
Right.
And it's like that's not true. Like just because I do something you disagree with doesn't mean that I care less or I'm less respectful of God or my beliefs or whatever. And I think it's so absurd and outdated to feel that way or to treat people that way. But that really bothers me because like I see it all the time, especially like when I had these kind of conversations with older people. It's like
Mm.
they talk as if this person, because they're gay, is totally disregarding God and thinks that God is a joke or it's so stupid to me.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Praying for
Yeah,
you.
bro.
Yes, prayers up. And especially as a pastor's kid, that's so whack. And that like you're like
Yeah,
the worst
man.
possible position. Like
Oh
I am
boy.
so like much love and prayers out
No,
to
for
my
sure.
brother or sister. Yeah, that's tough, man.
No, for sure. I'm
Um,
sure that's tough.
okay. Okay. Wow, we're getting a lot of deep ones today. What would you
Wonderful.
do if your childhood best friend is physically abusive towards their significant other? And at what point would you report them? Immediately is easier said than done. Tay, you want to start?
Mm, I mean, I would have to know all of the context. Like if you're repeatedly getting beat on, sorry, could you read it one more time?
Okay, what would you do if your best friend is physically abusing their significant other? So they're doing the beating.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And at what point would you report them? Immediately is easier said than done. So I'm assuming they're saying, I know the right answer is to do it right now, but it's a lot easier to say that than to actually do it.
Oh, got you. Yeah, for sure. If it's my best friend, like if it's one of y'all and y'all are beating on your girl, first I probably would talk to you and see if this is like a recurring thing and you're just losing your cool. Like, is this something that at that point I would voluntarily offer my help to my friend to see if this is something that we could grow out of or learn from this. But if it's like it keeps happening and there's no growth of the person like wanting to work on their temper, or if it's happening in multiple relationships, then I would have to, like, get the authorities involved. um and I mean, I feel like I would try to provide a community first and see for myself, like as a group or people who love and care about that person. And then if it's just not going anywhere, then I would definitely call.
Yeah.
Because it's a real thing. Like, and
Mhm.
you can get locked up, or you have to take classes, or it's just like, you can't get employed and all this other stuff. Like, and some people deserve that for sure.
Yeah.
But if it was my best friend, like I would try to do everything before he went down that route.
Definitely. What about you, Chris?
I think the same, man. I don't think there's any, and I believe low key when it comes to like violence, when it comes like in that context, I do think there's a double standard. Like I think, especially depending on the size of the woman, like I think if she hits you, you're not entitled to hit her back just because she hit you. Now, if she's bigger than you, then that's a completely different story. You do have to defend yourself because then your life is in danger. But like, you know what I'm saying? If she's the same size or smaller, then it's like you know what I'm saying? I don't think there's ever cause to hit a woman. You know what I'm saying? So I think that has to be nipped in the bud immediately. Like immediately. So whatever that takes, whether it's jumping this nigga or having that community thing that Tay was talking about, really just whatever it takes. Because that's never it. No matter what, it's really never called
I
for.
mean, even with women as well. I'm sorry, were you
No,
finished?
I agree with the yeah. That's facts too. Women should not be beating on their niggas.
I don't think anybody should be hitting anyone. I don't even like when people yell at me. So I think that everybody should be able to use their words when frustrated and stuff like that. So nobody should be putting their hands on anyone, just point blank period.
That's facts.
Yeah.
That is factual.
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty much on the same page. I feel like if I witnessed it, I'm assuming you didn't witness it. I'm assuming you heard it.
Mm,
I'm witnessing it, immediate intervention. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like honestly, my response would be a lot different. Like if I see it, it's like, nigga, I'm calling the police on your ass. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I see, but I feel like if I hear it, like maybe your friend is like, hey, I'm struggling with this, or maybe his or her girl or boyfriend came to you was like, hey, this is happening to me. I feel like that would kind of affect my decision making in the moment. But overall, in
Yeah.
general, I feel like I'm just gonna repeat what you guys said. So,
I mean, are you gonna stop being a friend though?
oh, I'm
Yeah. It depends. If the person is just like a douche, it's like,
yeah,
I
Yeah.
can't do that. Cause like, even well, when it comes to men and women, and I guess, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it depends on the guy, but men are like stronger than women. So it's like,
yeah,
even if you do grab your girl up just a little bit, just shake her, you know what I'm saying? That's just the wake up call. Like, you should not be full force, like throwing all of your weight behind this, like
Mm-hmm.
it don't even be pimp slaps anymore. They be punching these girls,
That's
like,
crazy. That's
it's
crazy.
no, yeah,
really different. Like,
it's
or
out of
even just putting some bass in your voice. Like, these things could just let someone know that you're serious. Like,
Yeah.
you do not have to slap somebody. Like,
yeah.
crazy.
I think to your question about being their friend, I feel like if this is my lifelong friend, and maybe I know they were abused growing up, then maybe it's like, okay, this is like a generation.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
like I'm gonna like, hey, like, maybe you threaten them and say, hey, I'm gonna call the police or whatever. Maybe you try and get them into therapy or something. I feel like that would change the way I felt about it. But if it's like,
Yeah.
if it's just a dude with anger issues, you know what I'm saying? Then I can't go for that. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Maybe it's like, you need to get that together, but I'm not gonna condone that. You're not gonna be my friend if you're doing that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, yeah.
I mean, it's definitely like circumstantial because like some women like in fact provoke men. Like I've seen it myself, and like a man will exhibit like patience, but like, so what if that person had a bad day at work and you are provoking them now?
Hmm.
And some people can switch, like they would never
Yeah.
ever. And it's like, wow, you really pissed me off tonight.
The straw that broke the
And
camel's back kind of thing.
what'd you say?
I said like the straw that broke the camel's back kind of a thing.
Exactly. So it's like, it also depends. I'm like, bro, like if you guys, because I don't see y'all doing that, but like, what if you were, I don't know, you could just be like, hey, I just beat this bitch's ass. I'm like, damn, Derek,
Yeah.
like, I would have never
That's
expected that. You
crazy.
know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
also understand like initial shock from you as the friend. Like Tay just said, maybe you didn't see this. Like maybe you don't know that
Yeah.
that friend was abused. Maybe that's something that happened and
Mm.
you didn't know about, whatever the case. But I definitely empathize with just not knowing what to do. That's a lot to, take on at once. So yeah.
Yeah, be safe out here.
Okay. Second to last. How do you build a good relationship with your partner's parents if they don't like you for no apparent reason? What would you suggest for bonding? I will go first. I think that you just keep treating their child well. Don't let their child have any excuse to say you're a bad boyfriend or girlfriend. So, and that's all encompassing. And of course, you don't want to be a good person for them, but make sure you're on top of everything. Like they're gonna ask you, what do you maybe because it could be a plethora of things. Maybe they don't like your career choice. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they don't like the way you look. Like it could be anything, right? But as long as your partner knows you're a good person and you're doing right by your partner no matter what, that's what's most important. Because at the end of the day, yeah, you want the parents' blessing, but like if you're gonna marry this person, y'all are gonna be married. I mean, you will marry their family too. That is how that works. Contrary to popular belief, when you marry someone, you marry their family. But be the best partner you can be, treat them well, and always be respectful. Kill them niggas with kindness.
Mm-hmm.
Like be respectful, be open, be genuine, be kind, and eventually they'll just exhaust themselves hating you. But yeah, and then also but at the same time, the man or woman may not be worth the trouble of spiteful parents. So I don't want to lead you astray either. If at any
Mhm.
point you feel like this man or woman isn't worth that trouble, cut it off. But all in all, I don't think you should kiss ass. I don't think you should, do anything like that. I think you should be the best partner you can be, and that's the proof that they need to have. Because at the end of the day, if it's just about their daughter's best interest, they can't argue with you being a good man or woman. So that's my
Mm-hmm.
I guess
Yeah, I agree.
we all agree.
I agree. Yeah, I mean
I,
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I've
All right.
never had this problem. I'm not sure if it's because I'm extremely likable or attractive or a woman, but all the parents love me.
That's
I'm a
respect.
super. But yeah.
I've had to prove myself. I would say I've had a parent dislike me, but I've definitely had to prove myself, which I didn't mind because I always like, I'm confident that I'm a good person, but yeah. Um,
Sometimes I don't like the parents, so what are we gonna do there?
Mm.
me or them, choose.
Right.
Okay,
So,
last one, another relationship one. Me and my girl been together for almost a year, and everything is perfect, period, except our sex life. We seem to have two different sex drives. I'm not saying I want it all the time, but 3 times a month ain't cutting it for me. I try any and everything to get her in the mood, but I'm left rejected. What do I do? Man. All right. Who wants to go first?
I think you guys should go first since it's a guy.
What you think, Chris?
Go ahead, bro.
Here's what I'm going to say, my brother in Christ. Do not ever let a woman make you feel shallow for having sexual needs. Men were physical, we're visual, and that is how we're created. That's okay, right? You said everything is perfect. I'm going to believe you. However, sex for women is also very emotional. And there's a number of things. It could be something in her past. Maybe she was abused and that has caused some sort of mental block. That's a possibility. Now, I don't know if you want to get into that. That may be too much. Y'all been together a year, so I imagine there's a large level of trust. Maybe you can see, like inquire about that. Maybe she just has a low sex drive. I ain't gonna lie, bro. 3 times a month is enough for me either. But if this becomes a deal breaker for you, you don't need to feel bad. Yes, there's a lot of love and emotion and a lot more intangible things that make up your relationship that you describe as perfect. But as a man, you do have physical needs. And there's nothing wrong with them needing to be met. And do not allow her or anybody else to make you feel like you're shallow because you have sexual desires that aren't being met. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Definitely, and make sure you're having this conversation. I don't know if you've had this, you didn't mention that you had this conversation, but it was like, hey, baby, look, at least once a week. You know what I'm saying? 4 times a month. I don't know,
I'm
twice a
trying
week.
to.
You know what I'm saying? But you gotta be honest with her. Like, hey, I love everything else about it. Now here's another thing, brother. This is a big deal. This is not no little conversation. So you gotta come in with a lot of reassurance. Reassurance is key here. You gotta be like, you gotta remind her how much you love her, how much you care about her, how much she means to you. And then firmly, respectfully, be vulnerable with her as well about your sexual drive and your desires. And if she's like, nigga, no, then now you have decisions to make. But maybe the outcome will be favorable, my brother. But once again, condolences. I couldn't imagine.
Hey, condolences.
That's tough, brother. I ain't gonna lie, that's tough.
Oh, condolences.
But yes, be honest, be calm, be reassuring, but be open and let her know that hey, I needs to be a little more often.
Yo, condolences is absolutely crazy.
What you think, Chris?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna be very honest, bro. I am entering a point in my life where I am doing my best to practice celibacy. Right. So with that thought in mind, I'm thinking y'all niggas don't need to have sex anyways, but also
That's
there's
what the
another
moms were
part of me
talking
where
about.
it's like but also there's that other part of me where I failed often at that celibacy lifestyle. And so I understand how frustrating that is. So I'm gonna hit this. I'm gonna do something that you're not, no offense, hitting it from two angles. I'm going I'm sorry. My apologies. All right, look.
Tay didn't like that one. I thought that was hilarious.
No, but no, but seriously. One, bro, I think from a celibacy perspective, I think you should ask her why and kind of just have a just like I think asking her why is the main thing. Because like Derek said, there could be a reason. And it could be she may not want to have sex till she married. And she just never told you. That could very well be the reason. And if that is the reason, bro, that is amazing. That is an answer to prayer because it's like, okay, now she wants to that means it's giving you an opportunity. Let's cut out all the sex and let's focus on us so that when that time comes and we get married, prayerfully, it won't be very long for you. You know what I'm saying? It'll open up a whole new world and you're doing it in the right way. So that's amazing. I think that's like the best option possible. But like from that other side, bro, I honestly, you just gonna have to have that conversation, but not just have that conversation, man. you're really gonna have to like, I don't know how to say. I don't know, bro. You may have to ask. No, honestly, no. I think the only way is to ask her why. I
Yeah,
think that's the only way because that's the only thing that you have to ask her why,
you just
and
gotta ask, bro.
hopefully y'all can really, maybe practice some celibacy because it may be deeper. Maybe yeah. You just never know what it is. And I always think in any romantic relationship, no matter how many times I failed at it, I think celibacy does very good for romantic relationships because it allows people to like get past the physical. Don't even worry about the physical. Your eyes aren't blinded by the physical, but you're just focused on the person. I think that could be really helpful. And you never know what other issues, underlying issues could be solved from that. So I think definitely do that. But yeah,
Yeah, or she just may not like you.
damn, that would suck.
I mean, just being real, because like if girls like you, they really they need a problem. Like like get off of me type of thing. Or she could just not really be a sexually active girl just in general. Some girls claim that they don't need to have sex all the time and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
It could be a number of things. She could have had something happen to her too. That messes a lot of things up for people. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But the good thing is, it sounds like you guys have developed intimacy outside of sex, which is
Yeah, bro.
very important to a healthy relationship. If you guys can feel loved and appreciated without entering one another, that's fantastic.
Huge.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
lots of pros and cons here, guy.
You know what I'm saying?
I
And
would hate
that
to
could
be
be
in your
worked
position.
out.
Yeah.
The only wanting sex 3 times a month from her perspective, that can always be worked out.
Yeah.
So I think you're actually a little bit like you've got a good thing going for you.
Is that a deal breaker for y'all though?
3 times a month is crazy. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
100%. Like if she's like, "Hey, I'm not going over 3 times a month," I'm not.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy.
Do you think this is because like even though she's like checks all the boxes off though, like that you just couldn't go for it?
I'm not gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie, she doesn't check all the boxes.
Yeah, she does. Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
disrespect. And it's not like sex is everything.
Mm-hmm.
And no, it's not like sex is everything, but it's also very huge. Like,
yeah,
I would be
half the
faking
pie. It's half the pie.
Yeah.
If we're slicing it, it's half the pie.
Yeah, it's just about. So I mean, and only 3 times a month that's one more than a bi-weekly payment.
He has to be being dramatic. He has to be.
Yeah.
Because even if it's not full like penetration, like are you saying like there's no oral sex happening? Like
that's kind of worse though.
I know. I just thought maybe they're in college or high school or something, and she doesn't want to fuck in the car. You know what I'm saying? That's also another thing.
That's respect.
What is consider location?
Yeah.
What pressures are you under? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe she's like, oh my goodness, like is someone gonna look in the car and see me? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel awkward in here. Like all that stuff can throw you off. You know what I'm saying?
That's very true.
You need to girls care about that. Like guys will kind of.
They're not as barbaric or carnal as we are.
That is very true. That's what they say.
Praying for you though. It'll work out.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Make sure it's safe sex and stuff like that. You know. Stuff.
Yeah. Wrap that willy, brother. Wrap that willy.
Just don't do it. Just take this opportunity just to not do it. You never know what the Lord could be teaching you from that.
Yeah.
As many times as we've failed from it, but
fact. Not speaking from you know what I'm saying.
This is coming from a place of understanding, not hypocrisy.
Most definitely. So, but yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Well, really quickly though, when we get older, right? Like you guys are gonna like try to go at it as often as possible.
What is older?
Like
what age are we talking here?
I guess like 60 plus.
I ain't gonna lie.
Are you even 50? Are you even 50, bro? Like
my goal.
50
my goal is to be as physically fit as possible so that well into those years, I'm about that action. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be like God willing, I want to be able to pick my wife up at 50 the way I could, in these years. You know what I'm saying?
My
Yeah.
grandma, she's now 97. She said it got to a certain point where they just held hands in bed.
That's nice.
That's beautiful. That's a level of love and commitment that you could only reach in senior citizenship. You know what I'm saying? It's like, mine don't work, yours don't work. Just touch me.
It also depends. I mean, my grandfather was a pastor, and she's the best pastor's wife ever. So, they probably just said, "Oh, babe, we had 5 children. Let's just hold hands." Right?
Wow.
But yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let me tell you something. When I'm a senior citizen, I'm gonna be popping them Viagra's like they Tic Tacs.
This nigga's crazy.
I'm doing it. I'll take a couple years off if it means I'm still in my 80s. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Derek died from a heart attack. Too many Viagra's.
His heart couldn't take it.
Too much blood pumping through the heart. His heart got weak. He couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah. His pacemaker overheated or something.
Lesbians.
You said what?
So I guess it's pretty easy for lesbians. All we have to do is keep buying toys.
Very true.
It's true. As long as you got the electric bill is paid, you're
you're
crazy. That's crazy. That was the last one.
Yep, last one.
Those
well,
were
guys,
really good. All 4 of those were amazing.
Those were fire. That may have been the best string of unlikely.
Yeah, that was amazing. All 4 of them were bangers. So appreciate y'all hitting us up.
That being said, Background Noise Gang, we've come to an end of another episode. We appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for the advice. Thank you for trusting us with this real issues. Like, at first it was like playful, hypothetical, but this is up. And we appreciate that you value our opinions enough to ask us these questions in the first place. If you're just getting home, pulling into the driveway, if you just finished the chores, if you just got out the shower, if you just chilling watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. We love y'all to death. Thank you for having us on as your background noise. And we'll see you next week. Peace.
Bye.